Teacher friends, are you looking for some fun, easy to use, hands-on literacy centers for your classroom? Well, I've got one that involves fish. Stay tuned so that you can see what I'm talking about. Hey teacher friends, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Let's talk about literacy centers. As a veteran fourth grade teacher, I loved using hands-on learning activities with students, and I want to share an idea about one of those with you today. This was always a hit with my kiddos. It's called Synonym Goldfish. Let me show you exactly how it goes. Okay, teacher friends, let's talk about goldfish. I call it goldfish. I know people who say go fish. I looked it up online and I think that they're the same thing, but just some people say goldfish, some people say go fish. It's the same concept. And as you can see here in the blue set, these are synonyms. That means words that have similar meanings. And then I have the yellow set here. These are antonyms. The rules are the same for each. So first off, what I like to do is take the rules, put it here for students to see a picture and know what to do. And then of course, cut the cards apart. And students will need to match the cards. I'm gonna get to what this blank set is in just a moment, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You can use vocabulary words, sight words from short stories, if you have a basal curriculum, if you have spelling words, or whatever type of sight words you want students to become more familiar with, get more practice with, especially understanding the meaning, then this works. So here these two words are an opposite, which means they would be a pair. And students would continue matching words. They can work with a partner. They can work independently. This makes an excellent year-round center because then you can just change the words without needing to change the entire center. And that's where this blank copy comes in. I always include this because I tell students to write their own antonyms. I do the same for synonyms because as we learn new words throughout the year, they can add words to blank cards and include those. So if they're working with a partner or in a small group, they can work together to have an extended Go Fish game. That is less teacher work on my part also, because then I don't have to continue switching in and out. The activity can stay the same. My paper is wrinkled, forgive me for that. But then I show them how to do the game once. I put it here on this manila envelope. I'm going to explain in just a moment what this system is all about, how I keep it organized. I'll get to that in a minute. But once I show them how to play the game, then they can just continue to play all year long. This is a center activity that for my students never got old. And there are two ways to play it. So one way is to turn all the cards face down and then to turn them back over to find a match that way. So this is what students would do. They would go pick up the center activity, put all the cards face down with their partner or a small group, and then one at a time, take turns, flipping over two cards. If they are a match, you pick those cards up, you get to keep a pair. If not, you flip them back down, and it's the next person's turn. And they continue playing until they have a winner. Whoever has the most matches wins. The second way I teach my students to play is card game style. And this can only be played with two players, where they put the cards down in the center like a deck of cards, and then they turn them over one at a time. So it's a similar concept, but we're just taking it like a card game where all of the cards are in a center pile, and then the students work as partners to flip over a card. I can't pick up one card, and then they keep that card, right? And then it's the next person's turn. They flip over a card, they keep that card. They do start with a few cards in their hand, like a deck of cards in their hand. And as they pick up the card, is it a match for something in your hand? If so, you get to keep it. If not, you put it back down. And it's the next person's turn. Hopefully that makes sense. It's hard for me to demonstrate without a partner. This is such a fun game. Like I said, with my former 4th graders, this also works with 5th graders, 3rd graders. It just doesn't get old. Let me tell you a little bit more about how to keep it organized and how this is so simple and easy for you to use in your classroom. At first, it might seem like a lot of prep because you need to cut out the cards, but actually it's not a lot of prep at all. Once you get into the flow and rhythm, then you can get these cut in no time at all. I like to stack all of the pages and then take a binder clip the pages, and then cut all of the cards at the same time. But if you have a cutting machine in your school or you've invested in one at your home, that makes the process even faster. The next reason why I use a lot of Goldfish games in the classroom is because I don't like for my stations to be fixed in one location in the classroom every day. I like students to be able to move around. That's like a classroom management hack for me in using stations with upper elementary students. So I take the instructions with a picture of how it should look and put directions on it. And then I glue that to these large manila envelopes, which I run this whole thing through the laminating machine. And yes, you can laminate this. All of my Goldfish card games, or all of the Goldfish pieces for this synonym set, will go inside the manila envelope, which makes it so easy for students to grab this center, grab this Goldfish game. And as you can see with the picture that I have here, they can play this at their desk. This is a partner activity. They can take this to the floor, to the carpet, anywhere in the classroom. And I love that, because if someone cannot handle their behavior being next to their friends, then I can just tell them, hey, get your Goldfish game and come over here near my teacher table. Come sit on the carpet near me, or go sit somewhere else. It also really helps, you know, just in general with spacing. Students can take their Goldfish game, move to a different location in the classroom. That's another reason why I like using Goldfish games, is because it can become a mobile, a portable station. If you don't want to organize your card game sets in these large manila envelopes, you can also organize them in these photo, I get mine from Amazon, and whenever I go searching for them, these are usually for pictures, they're photo boxes, but I love using these for card games and task cards. As you can see, all the card game sets fit very neatly inside. I have even folded the instruction sheets before and placed those inside the photo boxes as well. So if that's how you like to store your stations for your students, this is an excellent option to keep them organized. I have all of these stations. I call them centers. Some teachers call them stations. They're the same thing in my opinion. You can get these from my online shop, The Butterfly Teacher. I'll put a link in the description below, saving you so much time because these are already typed up, available. Then all you have to do is print and cut. Print, cut, organize, and then give out to your students. And every type of card game set I have available, whether synonyms, antonyms. I like to use this same Goldfish game for figurative language, for idioms, for homophones, all sorts of things. It's a fun way for students to match that tactile learning, that visual learning. It just keeps them engaged for centers. For all of them, I include a blank copy, an extension copy, which you could also use this to type your own words onto the cards. That way, you are making sure that your students are learning vocabulary words from your curriculum. These types of activities are also science of reading friendly. So if your curriculum is the type of ELA curriculum where you have to follow it to the T, and you have to make sure that you are covering those standards. For all of these sets that I offer, they are grade level standards aligned. I have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade sets. But if you still need even more specifics for science of reading, for strict curriculum, then you can just use the blank copy, add your own words, making it very, very easy and simple for you. So let me know in the comments whether you have questions about using these type of hands-on matching games in the classroom. I love these games. I use them so much. And no, my students don't get tired of them. I think it's the competitive gaming aspect. When you gamify learning, it just makes it more engaging. It amps up the lesson, spices it up. So check out the link in the description to see how you could use these literacy centers in your classroom. Thanks for hanging out with me, teacher friends. I love sharing ideas for helping teachers transform learning beautifully. So I do hope that you come back, subscribe, hit the like button, share this with a teacher friend who may need some help or just some fresh ideas for small group instruction. I have tons. Come back and hang out with me again, teacher friends.